welcome to my makeup video. I didn't know what to film, and I realized I had not filmed for May. Not to my discredit though, because you know my ass. I need someone with me to film, and nobody was down this month. I'm being dramatic, people were out of town, but Brent said do makeup. I thought of maybe doing like a Roblox video because I was really into Roblox for a long time. I thought it'd be fun, but I also fear I might need someone for that because I'm like that. Okay, I did henna freckles the other day. I don't know if they're like too much. Well, they were better yesterday. They kind of faded. I was thinking about like what to talk about during this, and I decided, you know, I've had a lot of shitty jobs. I've done a lot of random things, and I was like, you know what, let's talk about those. So I'm just gonna start out strong. My first ever job, I was a lifeguard. It wasn't a small like water park, like it wasn't like any like big name, you know, but with that being said, it was so awful. And I think back at it of like that was the worst fucking like introduction to like careers, because that was my first ever job. That was the worst fucking introduction I could get. And it was just fucking awful. So first of all, I am terrified of blood. It is like a genuine phobia of mine. And not like even like period blood, you know, just like medical blood. In my brain, there's two different categories. There's medical and normal. And yeah. And with that being said, I threw up during orientation. And it was like a mass orientation, like there was like 30 people. And I threw up on the floor in front of everyone. I'm 16. I've never been so fucking embarrassed in my whole life. I think back of it and I cringe. But yeah, it was awful. We had night shifts. So for some reason they thought that the water park should be open until midnight. And for some reason they had always put my ass on the midnight shifts. And it was just like fucking like breeding ground for like weirdos and little freaks, you know. People would be doing the nasty in the lazy river, and they would just go by you and you'd be like, because like you're like 16, you don't know what to say, like, hey, get a fucking room. I don't know, like it was just weird. You're like 16, you don't think you're gonna have to tell like fully grown people not to get their freak on in the lazy river. That happened multiple times. People always threw up in the water and it was really gross. And if that wasn't happening, a lifeguard would fake something. Hi, Meek. Like they would they had a thing where they would get the chicken tenders from like the food place, and they like mash it up in a cup with like a bunch of like different like sodas, and they would throw it into the water and then call that somebody threw up. So that would happen. And oh, that was Anastasia. My shade that I use is Mink. I like my contour dark. So that would happen pretty often. There's always like audits where they would like test you. It was fun, but it was also like awful because it was just like anxious. I had a night shift one time where it was so awful. So we weren't allowed to leave to like go get food. We had to stay like at the park, and we had to either bring our own food or we had to just buy some food from like the little food places. And that night they were like refusing to give food to like the lifeguards or whatever, but like not like, ooh, like you were getting free food, like be grateful. No, like you had to pay for your food, and then they refused to give it to people because they're like, we're too busy. like even though they'd already paid. And so because of that, people like wouldn't leave their lunch break until they got their food, which I get, you know, like get your food. But they didn't tell anyone. So nobody was rotating. And so I was on the same post for 3 hours. I had just taken a 5-hour energy, so I was like tweaking, like I was like on the stand. And I was being like straight up harassed, like so bad. Not like I'm dramatic, like they're like, you're beautiful. And I was like, fuck. No, like they were saying crazy shit to me. I think that's part of the reason why I am. Then I became a lead guard. And it was chill. That was normal. But I never forgot that one night where I was being like harassed and nobody was doing anything, and like I couldn't do anything because I couldn't leave my post. And so when I got promoted to like assistant manager, I was like, I don't want that to happen to anyone again, because I felt so like powerless, and I was 16, you know. I'm 17 at this point, I think. And so I'm administration, so my main focus is paperwork, but they still had my ass out doing operations. And this is Morphe. I just used the little shade Have Your Cake at the bottom right, and I just kind of contour my nose a little bit extra with it. But anyways, oh, and the blush was Milkshade Quirk. So anyways, they'd have me like out doing operations as well. And one night I always remember so vividly is this girl's getting harassed, and so I was like kicking that guy out the park, and the police were like, we can't do anything like unless he touches her. And that's when I was really like, damn, I do not want to work here anymore, because one of the main reasons I was very okay with being promoted and like money was I didn't want anyone to deal with what I had to deal with. I wanted to help people, and that got ripped away from me. That little dream of being helpful with that. And I feel like the freckles are very hidden now. Anyways, I quit when a little bit after our director quit, because that shit was corrupt there. Like they were like hiding a bunch of stuff, and there's so much. Maybe one day I'll get into it. But the like guy was trying to take over our department, and I have never been treated so fucking like badly professionally than that guy has. And so that drove me away, and I was like, bye, you know. And there's nothing on here except excess from the contour. And yeah, so I quit there, and I worked at a restaurant for 2 weeks. I hated it. It was disgusting. It was so unsanitary. I felt sick working there. Like one time, I was scooping the chips, and I accidentally dropped the chip scooper into the salsa, and I was like, what do I do? Like, where's an extra one? Because like we're like in a rush. Like, is there time for me to clean it? And they're like, just put it back. You don't need to clean it. And I was like, okay, well, like I have to change the salsa. No, you don't. That's disgusting. Everyone's touching the damn chip scooper, and I just dropped it in there, and y'all are fine with it. That's disgusting. So I was like, okay, bye. Because one thing about me is I feel really guilty, like being with stuff like that, because I'm like, that is gross. What else? I worked at one of those little I'll do champagne glitter today. Elf. Oh, this was Glaze It Butter highlighter, and this was NYX Born to Glow. I like to be glowy. I just put this here. Ooh, maybe I should do gold instead. We'll see how I feel. So I worked up in this like scam tea places where it's like the late weight loss tea, and I'm 17, and I get hired on by like the owner, and me and the owner are cool, and then she sells the place to this one evil man. I was a charmer, you know. This is awful, but I'll admit it. You know, it's a tea place for losing weight. People are expecting that they're gonna be losing weight drinking these teas. So when they walk in, I'm like, damn, like, they're working. Knowing damn well, I don't think they work. I think they work for some people. I genuinely do not think they work at all. And so I would get some good tips because I would flatter people, you know? And he stole my tips, the owner. Yeah. I think about it often. Evil. I worked at a tanning salon. I had a tanning phase. I really liked tanning. Don't do that, guys. Don't. I quit and stopped tanning forever because people would walk in looking like straight up leather, and I'd feel like shit because I'm like, damn, like I'm like enabling this because I'm like turning on the bed for them and everything, you know? Which I'm like, oh, like if you're not gonna do it, someone else is just gonna do it. But still, it doesn't have to be me. So I felt really guilty. I quit that. It was also a really boring job, like, and I do like boring though, you know, but I'm like, I was sitting like in silence for like 8 hours. Like nobody would come in, and someone would come in like right during closing, and they would look like that seal from SpongeBob. So I quit there. Gablean. I was a nanny for a while. I liked nannying until I just got like taken advantage of. I worked for a company. It wasn't like, I had some families that would like get me specifically, but most of the time it was like families, and or like most of the time it was like random. And you know, I like it until multiple different families would lie to me and be like, I'll be home at 10 p.m. and I would be sitting there until 3 a.m. texting them, being like, hey, I have a lecture at 8 a.m. I need to go. And they just would ghost me, and I can't leave because I'm with the kids. Like, I can't leave the kids alone. They're usually like, I got 3-year-olds a lot. And so I would just be stuck there. And I got sick of it. And then I substitute teach. Did that. It's okay. No really complaints other than like kids are like weird. Like I had one tell me he could make a lot of money off of me. I didn't ask what that meant because I know what that means to me as someone who's older. I don't know what that means to you as a 7-year-old. And some things I would just rather not know. I've done a bunch of random like side quest jobs. Like one time I sold modeling classes. I'm gonna like enhance the freckles here, guys, sorry. I sold modeling classes for this like company at like a convention, and I was once again scamming people. It felt like, because I'm like, people walk in and I'm like, have you ever modeled? You totally should. You have the bone structure. And I'm like, come to my booth. For $250 only, I can make you a star. Which obviously I'm not saying that, but I'm like, I can sell you my class and it'll make you a star if you put the work in. Like, not my class, obviously. It was some company. But they paid me, and they paid me pretty good for that. Which I'm like, I made zeros. I made not one sale. Not one. At all. And they still paid me good. And they gave me a bonus. I remember. Because No, I made one sell and it was for like a lipstick or something. And it was more like a pity sell because I was like, please. What else have I done? I've done a lot of random like modeling and acting gigs, but I feel like most pay for my silence, so I won't out them really. I'm trying to think what else I've done. I forgot to say it in this video, but I worked for a like kids like play area and I was a manager, and the people training me would lie to me about everything, so I'd get in trouble by doing what they said because they would lie to me. And yeah, that was only a few months. It was so awful. It really was. They were mean to me. Oh, and guys, I did not actually scam people. That is alleged, not alleged. It didn't I'm being dramatic. I just did what the job description said. I'm trying to guarantee that I do not get canceled in the future if I were cancelable. But I'm not because I didn't scam people, so thanks. Brent just sent me Bello Beautiful. But yeah, I don't know, I've had a bunch of random ass jobs. Like, I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. I really do. Oh, also, if you're following, put this on at the end. I'm not, because I'm not going anywhere. I did this to talk to you guys. Oh, maybe next time I'll do like a fun makeup tutorial, because I've been really into like fun makeup, you know? I've been really into colors, but I want like to go somewhere if I'm gonna do my fun makeup. So I got these like holographic ones. That one's purple. It's beautiful. And I have all those glitters that I was showing you guys. And I've been reading the Curl Prince, so I was like, oh, maybe I should do like the gold cheekbone. Like maybe that'd be cute. Which maybe I'll do next time. Because I don't know, I'm super into that. I've been really into reading lately. I really have been. I need to do my nails. Maybe I'll do a gaming video still. I don't know. I have cat fur up my nose all the time. I'm sorry, guys. I look like I'm tweaking because I keep like doing that. No, I just have long-haired cats and they hate me. My hair. My mom gave me a bunch of products and my hair is naturally straight and flat. And so I was like, ooh, like if I put in enough stuff, I'll have volume. But now my hair is just stiff and greasy and I washed it like 2 days ago. But yeah. Maybe I'll think of more story times. I was thinking of I grew up playing Roblox hardcore. So I thought maybe doing like a Roblox story time video. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching.